All right, boom, hey, welcome back, man. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Like, subscribe, most importantly, pay attention. All right, so I'm not feeling too good today, man. But the thing is, it's actually the main reason why I'm even doing this right here because, um, you know, I was sitting thinking about it. Like right now, my stomach hurts like a motherfucker. Like it just hurts real bad, right? So anyway, I'm thinking to myself, if it was something serious, hell, I wouldn't even know, cause I can't afford to go to no goddamn hospital, right? I ain't got no doctor I can just call. I don't have a doctor I can just call and just be like, hey, doc, check me out, type shit. So it just had me thinking, like, why is it? Why is it that um, the most important things are expensive, right? Why is it the most important things in life are expensive? Not even the most important things. It's like the most essential, things in life. And I'm not even just saying like, I'm saying a car. I'm not even saying a house. I'm talking about like water. I'm talking about health. I'm talking about education. You know what I mean? I'm the pillars of existence, right? Like what the foundation of just life and sustaining that, right? And just staying alive. Like how you give that's like if we charge plants water. That's my point. It's like the plants without the water, the plants die. So that's like every plant on Earth, we running some kind of you paying to get fucking watered. Every plant. That's what I mean. So why is it? Why is it? Why is education? Why is that expensive? Why isn't um, why aren't teachers the people, especially what I'm saying, at the most crucial age of a child? Um, why are those things kind of disregarded in regards to how they're compensated and they're actually shaping, what I'm saying, the future, our kids, which literally are our future. But then fast forward to colleges and universities, you got to pay an arm and a leg just to get in, right? And it's like, why is that? And especially when this education is what's going to make the world tick tomorrow. So why is it hard to get it? And so I started looking at it, like I said, in an all around, in its entirety, kind of thinking like, um, okay, well then what is important to people, right? So food, right? So it's like if you think about it, the most expensive shit. Go to Sprouts. You go to Sprouts, which is the healthiest shit, right? You go to natural groceries, the healthiest shit. That shit's expensive. That shit's expensive. How the fuck is the healthiest shit expensive? The best shit for the shit you need is expensive. The goddamn, organic free, goddamn vegetables, uh, gluten free, preservative free, all that shit, and the Sprouts and all them. Not everybody goes to Sprouts. Not everybody goes to natural grocers. Not everybody goes to them motherfuckers. Whole Foods. Shit's expensive, but it's the best shit for you. Why the fuck is it expensive? That shit's crazy. So it's like I look at all these little things going, everything that us as human beings need to, like I said, just to sustain. And I'm not saying, you know what, I take that back because McDonald's is sustaining. You see what I'm saying? That ain't thriving. You see what I'm saying? Sonic and all them shits, microwavable burritos, all that nasty, that shit is sustaining. That just keeps motherfuckers alive. Maybe, and not even all the way alive. Half of them don't make it. But for the most part, your heart keeps beating, right? So what frustrates me is it's to the point where if you don't have a certain level of financial stability, right, then you die. And it's just that simple. If you don't die, then like you better be the most resourceful motherfucker in the world, right? You just gotta be resourceful as shit. But besides that, it's like you die, right? And that's really it. You die, or you become, uh, 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 or you do the killing, right? It's either you die, or you do the killing. In other words, you rob for your food, you kill for your food, you do whatever you got to do to fucking eat. Hence, a criminal, right? So then, when you think about it, like at the end of the day, are criminals like? Does a motherfucker come out the womb stealing? Does a motherfucker come out the womb robbing for food? Because usually food, right? Your mom gives you food, right? Because your mom breastfeeds you, feeds you, right? And then it's up to your family to kind of to take care of you when you're an infant, right? Now I'm just talking to people who don't understand what you know how a human being goddamn grows up, because that's how we all should grow up, right? But then you get to a point where you quote unquote have to what? Fend for yourself, right? You become an adult. You know what I'm saying? So then when you get to that level of adulthood, you get a job. But then, well, hold on, I just skipped a bunch of shit because when I think about it, it's like the education to even get that job. You have to be at a certain level of a financial security to to even attain a good education to get you a good job. Either that, or you got to be resourceful and be real smart and get you some kind of scholarship, right? See, motherfuckers like me, I didn't go to college. I went to Francis Tuttle. That's a tech college, secondhand college. Motherfucking credits don't even count. But it was one of those things that I thought even then, I want to go to school, but I can't. These motherfuckers won't let me. Why? It's because I don't have the money to get in. Doesn't matter how much I want to go to school. Doesn't matter how brilliant my mind is. All that mattered was some made up fucking money. So all that mattered was paper. And then paper which has a context that just exists in our fucking mind. That's it. That's the only thing that stopped me. Well, that's the only thing that stops me from right now going to a doctor, going to the hospital, because my shit's fucked up. It's been fucked up for some days, and I know it ain't. I know it's something serious, but I know that because I'm my own fucking doctor, basically. But if I had money, I can just go up there. I can just go up there. Motherfuckers will do whatever they got to do. X-ray me, whatever the fuck, they'll do it. Why? Because they know they're going to be getting a bunch of money off of me. But then if they don't get that, fuck me. I mean, it's that simple. Fuck me. We don't give a shit. As long as you don't have that paper that we find valuable, then you are not valuable. That's where we are. That's where we are. That's what I'm saying. Motherfucker like, and then we got people like me. I'm sorry for being so, it's just frustrating. You know what I mean? And instead of yelling at y'all, this is the only way I can stress, at least release. You know what I'm saying? So I look at it going, like I said, people like me, now we basically have to suffer in silence, right? Because I'm not gonna go beg nobody to take, I'm not gonna beg nobody for shit. I'm not gonna go to a doctor and beg him for shit. So we basically gotta just take it, right? Or get resourceful, drink the teas, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the fuck you gotta do. You know what I mean? Drink your ginger teas, your licorice root tea, eat your soups. You know what I'm saying? Let the digestive rest, all of that. You know what I mean? So it's like I said, for me, that's why I go so hard. Is because I'm affected just as much as what I'm saying, as anybody else that's out there who watches this shit and feels me. Is that you ain't shit unless you got what they deem valuable. And like I said, what they deem valuable is something that is a figment of our imagination. Because right now, I don't have no money on me right now, but if I took $1 bill, put it right in front of you, that shit ain't nothing but paper. It's nothing but paper. What represents that, it was something that's supposed to represent that dollar, right? It's supposed to stand for something, like monetarily, right? It used to be gold. I don't know what it is now, because it's not like right now you can go to the bank and go, hey, here's, all my money in my bank account. You can keep the paper. Give me back my gold. They ain't gonna do that shit. You stuck with the goddamn paper. It's just paper. That's all it is. But in our mind, it's $20 worth of paper. $20 worth, 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 worth. All that is a figment of your imagination. That is up to you. That is an opinion. What you think is worth. So just because 10 billion people, 7 billion people think this thing is worth money, it still doesn't mean it's worth something. Hell, there's billions of people right now who think God is they call him Allah. I mean, it's true. There's millions and billions of people who think God is a son of, Jesus Christ. That doesn't mean it's true. Do you understand that just because a whole bunch of people think one thing does not mean that shit is true? So just because we all think when we look at a $100 bill, that shit is worth, I guess, $100, whatever the fuck that's supposed to be. That's just because we are all in agreement of thinking the same stupid shit. So then, with that being said, that stupid shit, if we don't all have that stupid shit, then you ain't shit. If we don't all think that shit, then I'm not shit, right? So if I don't know, it's like, the reason I'm saying that shit is because since when did figments of our imagination dictate who lives and who dies? Since when? And since when did the necessities of life, since when did we have to, I don't want to say we, because I'm not part of these motherfuckers who do this. But since when do they, decide to put a price on our lives and the shit we need to survive? Who the fuck are they to do that? Who the fuck are they to do that? Does the world charge you to drink water? Does the world charge you to grab herbs and tomatoes and fucking vegetables off of the ground? Does it charge you for that shit? Is there a certain amount of paper that you need to give the earth for you to get all the shit out of the ground that you sell back to us? I didn't fucking think so. I didn't think so. That's not what happens. It's just that when it gets to y'all, when it gets to them, that's when the prices start popping up. That's when the prices start popping up. Price tags start popping up. But when they pick it off the ground, that shit free. So, with that being said, I've noticed a pattern with all of these things I've talked about. Like I said, education, religion, health, information. There's a pattern with all these things that we all need to survive. But yet, they are the most expensive things out. You see, what people don't understand is that your mother never charged you for her milk that she gave you. Your mother never charged you for holding you for 9 months. Your mother never charged you for feeding you until you were old enough to fend for yourself. Now, one time, all your mother did was love you. The same way nature does. Gives you everything you fucking need. Heat, water, air, shit for shelter, for clothing, all that shit. Now, one time, does Mother Nature give you a goddamn tab. Now, one fucking time. Yet, when it gets to y'all, when the buck stops with y'all, not only do you throw a tag on everything that belongs to Mother Nature, not only do you throw a tag on everything that belongs to Mother Nature, but you throw a fucking tag on Mother Nature herself. You pimp her out like she was nothing but a fucking hoe. And family, we are all responsible to a certain degree in regards to exploiting. But my point is this. I've never had the power, nor, even if I did, to use people's lives, man, as just numbers. Like, not only is that so telling, but it is affirming the fact that motherfuckers only deem certain people worthy of living, worthy of being human, whatever the fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I put together a little thing for y'all. I apologize for being a little lethargic. Like I said, I'm not feeling good. I'm not feeling good in here. I'm not feeling good in here. I'm not feeling good all in my especially in my stomach. But like I said, it hits me even harder when I think about it going. Right now, I can't even go and look and go to a doctor and go, hey man, what's going on with me? Why? It's because I don't have some bitch ass paper that these motherfuckers made up for you to get anything that's worth getting. I can go get anything else right now for some dirt ass cheap money. But for my health, to eat good, to learn good, I gotta pay an arm and a leg. You know? Did your mother or father, did they charge you for information? What you need to know, what you shouldn't know? Did your mother and father charge you for information? What you need to know, what you don't need to know? Did they charge you for that shit? Did you get a tab every fucking birthday in regards to all the shit your daddy got you out of, all the diapers your mama fucking cleaned up, all the cereal that you ate up? Did you get a tab? Did you get a tab? Or what about all the shit they taught you? Riding a bike, throwing a fucking baseball, how to hit with a hammer, reading a map, how to make a fire, how to fish. Did they fucking charge you for that? Did they charge you? Did they give you a tab at the end and say, here, this is how much you owe me for all the cool shit I taught you that my daddy taught me? You see, when you look at it, when you think about it, I've said this before in my previous videos, that TV that you watch, that box that we all watch it, family, we all watch it. But the box that we all watch, the little segments of visuals that you see in between your shows, they call those commercials. You know why they call them commercials? They're called commercials is because they are attempting to manage or exploit an organization, an activity, etc., in a way that is designed to make profit. Y'all with me? Y'all with me? When you watch the visual videos and you know, playbacks between your regularly scheduled show, the point of the shit that you are watching between your show is to manage or exploit an organization, goddamn Taco Bell, McDonald's, whatever the fuck you watching, right? or an activity, Super Bowl, basketball, in a way designed to make profit. Okay? So when you see uh, a weird ass Zoloft commercial or whatever the fuck drug that they selling for some kind of, you know, illness or disease, that when you take the drug you have a worse illness and disease before you even took the goddamn drug, that has more side effects than the main fucking reason why you're taking it. The only reason why they're showing you that, the reason why they're showing you that is because they are attempting to manage or exploit an organization, an activity, etc., in a way designed to make a profit. Shit ain't for you. They're not doing it because they care about your ass. They're not doing it because they want to save your life. They're doing it because they want to make money off your ass. I'm sure there's doctors out there who care about people. But see, doctors are not the ones that run hospitals. Doctors are not the one that run medication fucking distribution or even the construction of any type of medication. Doctors ain't doing that. Scientists are doing that. You think scientists give a fuck about your life? Who gives a fuck about your life? A doctor or a scientist? Who probably gives more fuck about your life? A doctor or a scientist? Yeah. But most doctors nowadays, I mean, I don't want to say most, because I don't know. A lot of doctors don't give a shit. It's about a check. Most people want to be doctors now, not because they want to save lives. It's because they know there's a big fucking check at the end. That's why. There's a lot of people out there who do it for the right reasons, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people want to become doctors nowadays. Lawyers, law. To get a good legal defense. An arm and a fucking leg. Ain't that some shit? There's another thing I left out. Is that how it's supposed to be? If nature did what we do to each other in regards to charging each other to survive, how much would the oil companies own? If nature was to give us a tab of all the shit that we have taken, how much would oil companies owe? How much would oil companies owe? How much would loggers owe? How much would McDonald's and them owe? I wonder. They get to take for free. Make a surplus off of it, off of us. But we can't take for free, but they can. And it is free. It is free. Just because you gotta pay to go get it, don't mean that shit. That's free. And we milk it. Not we, they milk it. They milk it. But now what do? To survive, we become part of the web. Right? I drive a car. Right? I'm familiar with the oil business. Right? When I have money, I know how to spend it in regards to what to spend it on. Because since I've been able to have some pockets of money here and there, I've been able to be treated a little better somehow. We've all been part of because what else you're gonna die? You're gonna die. You're gonna die. You can't survive on McDonald's. You can't survive on goddamn Sonic all day. You can't. You're not gonna make it to 70. But then Whole Foods, you getting two things at Whole Foods. You know, you walk in there with $10, motherfucker, good luck. Good luck on getting a good dinner. Or something. Whatever the fuck. You're gonna get something. I'm just saying. Shit's expensive, folks. It's expensive. So when we look at the commercial, we understand that it is the act of commercializing. And unfortunately, that is the pattern I've seen throughout all these different things I've named, that all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, but you know, it's getting to the point where progressively it's becoming more expensive to live, to be alive. It's becoming more expensive to be alive and well. Not even well, but just be alive. Before I go any further, like I said earlier, like I asked earlier, are criminals born? Or are they just not, or are they just made? Did somebody come out the womb stealing food? No. They become that way because of the lack of. Especially when it comes to dark-skinned people, a lot of our crimes are what you call survival crimes. We're not running around goddamn just callously committing crime. A lot of crimes that are committed, especially in low poverty areas, are called survival crimes. Look the shit up. Survival crimes, which means you're trying to survive. Selling dope, joining the gang. Joining the gang is literally a pack of wolves trying to survive. That's all it is. It's a pack of wolves trying to survive. Selling dope, that's self-explanatory. And in regards to selling dope, drugs, period, I mean, what the fuck are Laura tabs? Why? I mean, those are drugs. The motherfuckers are getting sold, right? So, what's the difference between a coke dealer and a fucking doctor that sells goddamn Adderall? What's the difference? Both of them shits will have you up for days. Both them shits will have you wired the fuck up and geeked. Both of them. What's the difference? Oh yeah, one's legal and one's not. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing. That's it. So let's take it to the beginning. Let's take it to the beginning. You see, in the beginning, there was just nature. You see, in the beginning, there was nature, and we understood the fact that when you went fishing, you threw back the babies, the guppies, the little fish. You threw back the females that were pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? When you were plucking fruit from a tree, you wouldn't take all the goddamn apples off the tree. You would leave some for another day and for other shit that's in the goddamn forest. You wouldn't take all of them, make more, and then hoard the goddamn trees for yourself and charge everybody else around you. Until we started doing this. So when I think about it, the first thing I say to myself, what religion? Because we all know that's a moneymaker. But now I was just curious, like, how many religions are there? Right? And all these people are supposed to be, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, from God, right? Or whatever that is. But the thing that's supposed to be all good and powerful and positive, So we see here there's a bunch of shit, whatever, Babism, the Baha'i faith, Christianity. Look Christianity. Look all different types of Christianity. Western Christianity, the Amish, the Mennonites, River Brethren, the Shakers, the Anglicanism, Anglo Catholicism, Broad Church, Continuing Anglican Movement, High Church, Low Church. Look at all these guys. Look at all these people who are saying they know the way. They know the way to the afterlife. All these people. Black theology, Christian deism, charismatic movement, emerging church, neo-evangelicalism. All these different Christian, every single one of these different Christian churches. They all know the way. They all know the way. Church of God, Pentecostalism, Methodism. They all know the way. Latter Rain movement, Word of Faith. They all know the way. All these people. Look at all these different churches. They all know the way. Everybody knows. See? Churches of Christ. I'm still in Christian. Christian Science, liberal Catholicism, Hebrew Catholics, charismatic Catholics. The motherfuckers got some charm. Christian Kabbalah, all of these. We was just in the Western side of things. Now we in the Eastern Christianity. Y'all get my point? Look at all these groups who are telling us, come join us, and you going to the afterlife. That's people. That's the problem. That's the problem. You see all those people who think they know everything? That's the problem. Because what ends up happening when everybody thinks they know everything is, what ends up happening is everybody's trying to manage and they're trying to exploit their organization and their activity in a way designed to make a profit. That's what happens, right? Because you gotta separate yourself from the other fucking 500 other goddamn churches out there that look like you, right? So you gotta do something different. You gotta come different. Your heaven has to have a little more gold, a little less this. If it's about God, whatever that is, right? Our kids, our eternal lives and all this shit. Is that not supposed to be important? And I just showed you a whole list of fucking idiots. A whole list of motherfuckers who think they're right. And I call them idiots, you know why? It's because they're all fucking dumbasses. Because none of them know. That's why they got so many goddamn options. That's why. None of them know because they don't know. That's why they got so many options. Because they don't fucking know. If they did know, you'd see one option. One. That's it. You'd see one option. You wouldn't see all Anglo this, Anglo that, Western this, charismatic, goddamn method this. You wouldn't see that shit. If you say to a human being, what type of beverage will keep you alive if you drink it? We're not all gonna, motherfuckers are gonna say Gatorade, goddamn Coca-Cola. We all know water is gonna keep your ass alive. We all know that. We all know that. But when it comes to our afterlife, when it comes to spirituality, and when it comes to this and that, look at these goddamn idiots running in the walls, not knowing who or what to believe in. So they just go and create their own shit. Hence, trying to manage and exploit an organization or an activity in a way designed to make a profit. Because people, what actually keeps you alive is not charging you. What actually is keeping you alive right now is not charging you a fucking dime. Ain't charging you no fucking gold. Because that don't mean shit. It only means shit in your mind. a piece of gold don't mean shit. It only means something to you because you have put value on it. Here. That's it. That's it. You think a goddamn gorilla look at a piece of gold and go, holy shit, this is gold. You think a fucking anything looks at gold and goes, we're the only ones that do that. We're the only ones that look at gold and shit like that and go, oh my God, I'll kill you for this shit. Everything else don't give a shit about it. You know why? It's because it's in our fucking minds about how worth or how much it's worth or how worthless it is. And that has gotten to the point where it dictates how real people fucking live. Fake shit dictating how real shit there is. What type of, like, I don't understand. I don't understand. If this was a $100 bill, like right now, I can say, right now, I can be like, this $100 bill. If y'all, all you dumb motherfuckers would believe it. If oh God, look, it's a $100, and it's just a piece of fucking paper. It's a piece of paper. If I took a $100 bill, man, y'all stay right the fuck there, man. Let me tell you something, man. This and this, there is no fucking difference. There's no difference. The only difference in this and this is because I think one thing about this, and I think another thing about that. Besides that, these are both fucking pieces of paper. This is paper. This is paper. This is paper. Both of these motherfuckers is pieces of paper. It's just one's an envelope, and one I call a $5 bill. One has a little more worth than the other. Why? It's because we have all decided that this motherfucker has a little more worth than this one. But they're both pieces of fucking paper. This ain't, both of this shit, it's the same shit. Same shit. It's the same shit. But you fucking idiots have so much emphasis on this one, which is fake, that while this is real, this is disregarded. The real shit disregarded while this is held in high regard. And this shit is fake. This is fake. It's fake. It's not even fake, it's paper. Not even it's fake, it's paper. It's not even just it's fake, it's paper. That's all it is. It's just goddamn paper. That's it. It's paper. But without this paper, you don't live. You don't get to find out what's wrong with you. You don't get to take care of yourself. You don't get to manage your health. You don't get to put good food in your belly. If you don't have the right looking fucking paper, your life ain't shit. Then tell me, what in nature do you have to show to get your water? What in nature do you have to show to breathe the air that you breathe? Right the fuck now. Tell me what you got to pay for that. Because I've never had to pay the dime. I've never paid a dime. How much do you have to pay to breathe fucking air? How much do you have to pay for your heart to beat? Huh? Or how much were you charged? How much were you charged? Motherfuckers. Shit pisses me off, man. So then you wonder why all those idiots, all these idiots right here, did what they did. Is because the U.S. alone, $1.2 trillion. It's 1.2 trillion fucking reasons why. And it's a whole bunch of that, like I said, that paper that most of y'all will die for. Well, I'll piss on. I'll burn this shit. I don't give a fuck about it. Still know I need it, but I don't respect it at all. Religion worth $1.2 trillion annually to the U.S. economy, according to the first comprehensive study to tabulate such a figure. In perspective, that would make religion the 15th largest national economy in the world, ahead of 180 other countries in the terms of value, said Georgetown University Brian Grimm, the study's author. That would also make American religion larger than the global revenues of the top 10 companies, including Apple, Amazon, and Google, he continued. It would also make it 50% larger than the sixth largest American oil company's revenue on an annual basis. It might seem folly to try to put a number on religion's value to society. Even Grimm understands why the religious and the non-religious alike might look upon the exercise skeptically. You might think that's not possible, he said at the study's released Wednesday in Washington, and he compared it to putting a price tag on love. But if you realize that love often results in marriage and marriages often happen in churches, I can tell you exactly how much money poured into Center City, Baltimore when my daughter got married there a year and a half ago. To put a value on the work of the nation's 344,000 religious congregations representing all faiths, Grimm looked at the schools they run, the soup kitchens, the addiction recovery programs, and the impact on local economies. Churches, synagogues, mosques, and other houses of worship mostly spend locally, employing hundreds of thousands of people and buying everything from flowers to computers to snow removal. Grimm came up with three estimates and settled on the middle one, the 1.2 trillion, as what he called a conservative appraisal of the work of religious organizations in the U.S. society annually. Why crunch these numbers? Grimm, an associate scholar at Georgetown Religious Freedom Project, said it's good to know where religion stands. By one of his colleagues estimated that 1.2 trillion equates to about 7% of the nation's GDP. But Grimm also warns congregations and clergies and the society that benefits from the charitable work of religions to appreciate this generosity. In a culture in which people often hear much about the evils committed by the religious people, from sex abuse scandals, Okay, so the reason why I put that up there is because for some, like I said, these guys they're under the influence. I wanted to show y'all the numbers, but I also wanted to show y'all the other side. You know what I'm saying? Because some, like that dude, whatever that he's from Georgetown, whatever. He believes that they are, contributing immensely, and it's like that's what you'd like to think. And I'm not saying that some don't. You feel me? Like I'm not saying that some churches ain't out there doing good. But my point is that none of them are doing enough. I mean, straight up, most of them. Look. If you for the people, man, you cannot have more money than the people like that much. Like that's fucking crazy. If you for the people, you are not supposed to be balling out of control. You're not supposed to be that fucking different from the people. And so if that guy saying in this article that a lot of that money is going back into their local communities. Okay, that's my thing though. If everyone around you is rich already, how the fuck are those? You know what I'm saying? It's like what? Because I don't see that shit in black communities. So if I think about it in white communities, then most people got money, so they don't need the goddamn church to do anything for them. Hence why these churches are balling out of control. But my point is that if they gave, like this man is saying that they gave, we would see a difference in communities because there's a church in every fucking community, right? We would see a difference because everyone gives to churches, especially if you go. They all do. And if that money recycled back in the community, as such, I'd like to assume we wouldn't see the shit we see in regards to poverty, fucking crime, and all that shit. We wouldn't see it because what we need to understand is that poverty leads to crime. When you see crime, it's because there was poverty before it. It wasn't the other way around. You don't see a town full of successful people robbing each other. That shit don't make sense. It's because everybody got what the fuck they need. So we need to understand the fact that one leads into another. So if churches are giving back as much as this motherfucker says, we wouldn't even have that much crime. Because we got a church on every block in every goddamn neighborhood. Everywhere. And if that money was being recycled back into their local neighborhoods, we would see that effect. we wouldn't be talking about all this shit right now. Because that's what, right? Isn't that the essence of everything? Spirituality, whatever the fuck, right? Right? So if everybody was on that, I'd like to assume, and especially like I said, if the church itself was boomeranging that money back, swinging that money back, we wouldn't see the shit we see. So that's why I wanted to show that, right? Because it definitely showed the numbers, but then it also showed the other side in regards to them going, oh, locally, locally, I don't do a goddamn thing. Y'all don't do shit. Y'all don't do shit. So here, the fuck is this? Y'all get out of here. Okay, so when we look at college, right? When we look at education, I read this article. I read a few articles because I was trying to figure something out, and when it comes to education, you know, these points are laid out pretty specific, and I agree entirely with it. Like I touched on earlier, you know what I'm saying? The bureaucracy is the bread and butter of government, and there is little else that can be said or done. And then another issue of the disregard of actually educating our future, but exploiting them rather, is the overemphasis on sports. Sports is seen as essential at almost all U.S. universities. If you look at the massive cost they bring with them and the little educational benefit, it seems hard to justify. U.S. universities often waive tuition fees to students who are good at sports to attract them. It's not about education no more. Now it's about sports. Why? Because sports is going to bring in more fucking money, right? It ain't about you. It ain't about your kid. It's about your kid being a workhorse for that school to make some money. The same thing with your church. It ain't about you going to heaven. It's about you paying so the church can have more money. A church and a school should not have a surplus. They should not be balling more than the goddamn students that they're trying to put on. My point is, like, them students should be getting on more than the school. It's supposed to be the other way to fuck around. The church, the people built the church for the people, man. The church wasn't built for the goddamn church. It was built for the people. If a motherfucker didn't have a place to go, you can't go to a church. A homeless motherfucker can't go to a church. He can't go to a God, the God that they believe in, and go sleep in his house. Church will kick your ass out. You go to a shelter for that shit. Ain't no God in the shelter. You go to God, he'll kick your ass out. He'll kick your ass out. What church you know let in bums? Is that not what a God would do? Is that not what your Jesus would do? Is that not what your Allah would fucking do? Huh? Or would he kick him out? He probably would kick him out, especially if he was a goddamn slave or some shit, because half of them had fucking slaves. But my point is that what these religions try to echo in regards to being peaceful and loving and all this shit, not only is it so, do they contradict everything they say, but it is so apparent that you are the least of their concern. Because when you are broke, homeless, I don't think they're going to let you sleep in that church. I'm not saying churches don't help people. I'm not saying churches don't help people. I'm saying that you give, because that church wouldn't be there without them people. That church belongs to the people. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that church belongs to the people. That school should belong to those kids, to the people. That hospital should belong to those people. It should belong to them. It should belong to them. But no. But no. No. Y'all don't want to do that. Why? Because y'all know that if y'all take that, we have to pay for it. I gotta come to you. I gotta come to you. Right? Right now, I want some fucking cable, right? I want some satellite. There's only like 2, 3 people I can go to. That's it. Why? It's because they made it that way. Your options are limited. Deal with it. Deal with it. You want electricity? You want electricity, motherfucker? Good luck. If you ain't paying your shit with me, you ain't getting nowhere else. Deal with it. When has nature said, you know what, y'all motherfuckers ain't getting no water today? Deal with it. Everything shutting down. All the lakes, rivers, everything. All that shit dry. Deal with it today, motherfuckers. What if you did that? All the air you breathe. Deal with it. It's gone. Deal with it. Another problem is, quote unquote, too many frills. I like how you said that. Get what you pay for. If you want a university that has the newest, best, and coolest campus, so you can brag to your friends, you will pay accordingly. Students should not just be attracted to the university with the best frills, and the university boards of directors should aim to maximize how every dollar increases the long-term success of the students, not the fucking school, not the fucking church, not the fucking hospital. It is to increase the long-term health when it comes to a hospital. It's to increase the long-term success when it comes to a school. It ain't about the people no more. It ain't about the public no more. And look, loss of public funding. That's why I was feeling this article, because this dude was agreeing with a lot of the shit I'm saying. Is that the people ain't with it no more. Finally, here's good news of why the rise in tuition fees is not the only student's fault. The government has slashed subsidies to higher education to augment massive bloat in other areas of the government. Most notable prisons. The state of California spends $1 billion per year on prisons than on education. They spend more money on prisons than on education. In other words, the state spends more money in supporting those who have wronged society than supporting those who have done well and meaning to do better in society. You understand what I'm saying? See, he even sees these weird ass, not even weird, just blatant contradiction, showing you where you at in the totem pole. How much motherfuckers really care. You see, the problem was not created by the government, but by the students and the parents who expect and demand both top-level sports teams and fun, but unnecessary amenities. The rising cost of education will not be fixed by bringing in more private sector providers. It will be fixed by students focusing on long-term goals instead of short-term gratification that's being fucking commercialized and pushed by all these companies. So we need to ask our 18-year-olds to be mature. Costs are going nowhere but up. The people don't have it no more. The people they don't have control no more. And then it's like the machine is pumping March Madness. It's pumping the Rose Bowl and all this other shit. You go, we buy the tickets. Them kids get free. They get the free tuitions, whatever. Majority of them kids, do they even go to the NFL? No. Do they become, do they even use the degrees that they got? No. Who won? The college. College got a bunch of money off your ass. You played 3-4 years in their college. you play college football. You know what I'm saying? You was motherfucking Johnny Football, and then when you graduated, now you on car dealership commercials in your local town. You back home. You ain't doing shit no more. The degree that you got, they just threw it to you, so you don't really know what the fuck it is. Or yeah. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Who won? The college. College pimping your ass. Instead, the college supposed to be taking care of your ass, getting you primed for the fucking future, right? You got degrees, man. We're about to hook you up. No. Go out there, run like a motherfucker, be a badass football player, whatever sport that they're pimping you for. But then you instead of education that comes out of this, instead of a successful career that that garners you a house, land, right? Not a 4, 5, 6 year professional sports career. No, I'm talking about just getting a normal goddamn job, because not everybody goes to NFL. And then the ones that do go, y'all, you don't stay 5 years, 4. Some of y'all 3 years at the most, and you're done. And we don't ever hear about you. Hell, most of we don't even hear about you. You gone. You there 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and it's a wrap. And then you go back to nothing. 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 Same thing with your religion. Same thing with your religions. You pay all this money, you attend, you feel good, you feel great. You feel great. You feel great. But now, what about all them starving ass people in these third world countries that believe in these gods? And even here in this country, starving people all over the place who believe in these gods. Why are they not fed? Why do they not have a chance? I'm not saying fucking just help them and just baby feed them. I'm saying give them a chance to survive. They're in your God family, right? Whatever the fuck, God gang, whatever y'all doing. Like they're in there, right? Why aren't y'all not taking care of? They're all human beings, right? What type of God do y'all fuck with? Your God just only fucks with these people, and if you're not rolling with him, then he don't fuck with you. Like, what is it? Oh, you gotta pay for this guy to fuck with you. Oh, so you gotta be a member, and then you gotta pay every once in a while. Tithe, right? That's what you call it, tithe. You gotta tithe your way in, right? With some paper money. Money's the root of all evil. Yet God wants you to pay him. He wants you to slide his fucking church some money. Yet he tells you that money is the root of all evil. Yet he tells you to pay him. Money is the root of all evil, yet you have to pay for education. Money is the root of all evil. You have to pay to find out what the fuck is wrong with you when you're sick. Same thing in every house of your fucking gods. You got to pay just to get in, to fit in. You have to pay. And pay with the shit that he called evil. Not even evil, the root, the motherfucking root. Not even just the shit that was what it was. That is the root. He said it's the root. See, that's the root. That's where it all starts. Yet he wants some of that shit too. He wants 10% of it though, because 10% it might not be too evil. Only 10% evil. And that's so you wash that off. You wash that off. Y'all gonna have to share this with your God, man. You have to share this video with your God. Ask him, what the fuck is you talking about, man? What is you talking about? How you gonna tell me money's the root of all evil? How is money the root of all evil? Yet you got the most expensive shit in the world. What type of shit is that? How is money the root of all evil? When you have got the most expensive shit in the world, how the fuck does that work? How you gonna tell me some shit like that? fuck does that mean? That mean you are goddamn lies. What that mean? You don't want to fuck with it, son. Yeah, you got the coldest shit in the world. Don't touch that. Yeah, you got the flyest shit in the world. Some of the relics that the Catholic Church got, priceless. You can't even put a price tag on it. You can't even put a price tag on it. You can't even buy it because the shit's so expensive. It's so old. It's older than fucking people. It's older than time. Goddamn near. You can't put a price tag on it. You think the Catholic Church want to trade that to feed the poor? You think the Catholic Church want to pawn one of them motherfuckers to clothe fucking all the people in the world so they don't die or fucking no. And who has the shit? The Catholic Church. And where did they get that shit? Fucking Africa. Stole the shit. All of it. Most of it. They didn't make it themselves. They stole it. And then they held on to it. And that's who you want to die for and pray to and do all the bullshit you fucking do. And that's the thing too. Look, when I didn't know any better, I was in it too. You know what I'm saying? I grew up Catholic. But like I said, like we all do, we're spoon-fed this shit, right? Before we even understand how to even speak, we are told about it. Here, eat this Jesus shit. Here, eat this Jesus shit. Here, eat Jesus, Sunday, Jesus, eat it. You don't even know how to fucking talk yet. You already eating Jesus talk. Eating Jesus food all day. And you don't even know how to talk yet. But then now I understood. Jesus gonna say to you, listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. Money's the rule of all evil. Don't fuck with it. Okay? Then Jesus, tell me why the fuck you got the biggest house on the block, bro. Tell me why you don't got to pay no taxes and do shit like that, bro. Huh? Tell me why. How the fuck you get away with all this shit, yet you still got a bunch of money? And you telling me not to fuck with it. What the fuck? Y'all are fucking idiots, yo. I'm talking about all you religion followers. Y'all are idiots, yo. I'm sorry, y'all are idiots. Y'all stupid. Because your pastor probably balling more than you do. If he doesn't, he's got a boss who's balling more than he does. And he's a patsy, man. If he ain't balling like that, he's a goddamn patsy. Because even the Catholic priests, even they balling, bro. Them Catholic priests, they got a fridge full of 6-point beer. Shit costs goddamn $20 a 6-pack. Balling. Drinking the best shit in the world. Balling. Eating the best fucking food in the world. Eating goddamn crab legs and shit. While you come in there praying to him, tell him that you don't know what to do, your bills is up. Here's $10. That's all I got. But my bills is up. Can I confess? Can I pray? He says, I got you. And he'll pray with you, and then he'll go back to his crib, crack one of them 6-point beers that cost as much as that $10 you gave him, just one beer. He'll drink that bitch, eat him some fucking crab legs, and go to bed and do it all again. While you over here suffering, eating fucking ramen noodles, giving him money, and praying to his boss. And you winning. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here, man. When it comes to healthcare, for some reason, healthcare, being healthy, you got to pay for that shit too now. Being healthy, you got to pay for that shit. You got to pay for that shit. You're going to die if you don't pay for that shit. Now, according to Harvard economist David Cutler, he says the number one reason why healthcare costs are so high is because of the administrative cost of running a healthcare system. About 1/4 of healthcare costs are associated with administration. One example Cutler brought up in a discussion on this topic with National Public Radio was the 1,300 billing clerks at Duke University Hospital, which has only 900 beds. 1,300 people on the payroll, and they got 900 beds. Is that for the people? Goddamn, they could have had literally 900 clerks for 900 beds. But they still couldn't do that. Everybody was trying to get a check. Get that tithe, right? Those billing specialists are needed to determine how to build and meet the varying requirements of multiple insurers. Canada and other countries that have a single payer system do not require this level of staffing to administer healthcare. So the rest of the goddamn world realizes that you don't need 1,300 people to manage 900 beds. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Drug costs. Drug costs. Another major difference in health costs between the U.S. and other developed nations is the cost of drugs. The public definitely believes drug costs are unreasonable. Now, politicians are starting to believe that too. In most countries, the government negotiates drug prices with the drug makers. But when Congress created the Medicare Part D, it specifically denied Medicare the right to use its power to negotiate drug prices. And Medicare, they know all the numbers because they deal with everybody who goddamn takes drugs. But they don't. The drug makers don't want to hear what the people who administer and distribute majority of these drugs. They don't want to hear what they have to say. They don't want to hear what they have to say in regards to how much the shit is. The Veterans Administration and Medicaid, which can negotiate drug prices, pay the lowest drug prices. The Congressional Budget Office has found that just by giving the low-income beneficiaries of Medicare and Part D the same discount Medicaid recipients get, the federal government would save $116 billion over 10 years. Think of what the savings might be if all Medicare recipients could benefit from Medicaid negotiated drug prices. So that's telling you right there that the drug makers are now not in negotiations with the prices with the people like Medicare, right? With the people like Medicare, you know what I'm saying? So they were saying that the Veterans Administration, the VA, and Medicaid are only ones that can negotiate drug prices. So what this guy was saying was that think of the savings that might be if all Medicare recipients could benefit from the Medicaid negotiated drug prices. And then most importantly, a lot of these drugs, they don't create any defense, nor do they kill nothing. All they do is just suspend. You understand? They don't prevent nothing at all. So a lot of them, they're basically made like cigarettes. They're made for you to keep coming back. They're made like your car. They're made for your car to keep fucking up and coming back. You see what I'm saying? That's a trick for these motherfuckers. It's you keep coming back. You keep coming back. You know? Why you think iPhones are always so fucked up? They make so goddamn many. Defense medicine. Yet another big driver of the higher U.S. health insurance bill is the practice of defense medicine. Doctors are afraid that they will get sued, so they order multiple tests, even when they are certain that they know what the diagnosis is. A Gallup survey estimated that $650 billion annually could be attributed to defense medicine. So literally, knowing damn well that X-ray or MRI is not needed. A survey estimated $650 billion is wasted on unnecessary tests. Unnecessary tests. So I don't know if that's not being a good doctor. That's just milking the system. That's all that is. That's managing and exploiting an organization, hospital, in an activity. You're sick in a way that designed to make profit. Again, all in that ass, getting your money, fucking you. No Vaseline. That's exactly what's happening. I hate to be graphic, but that's what's happening. I'm showing it to people. I know we know this, but the more we need to understand, maybe the more you might do. Maybe the more you might, you know what I'm saying, switch up your strategy. Because the more we get on the same accord in regards to this bullshit, the more they can't fucking do it, man. That, this article, he said it best. He said the problem was not created by the government. He said, but by the students and the parents who expect and demand both top-level sports teams and fun but unnecessary amenities. This is the same thing here, folks. Just because your faggot ass got money, now you think you better than me, and you want to go pay extra to do this and do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, since I ain't got the paper, then boom, now we got the distinction. You see what I'm saying? It's because some people want, some people don't give a shit about anybody else, and they feel like they'll just, if I give you this and I pay this, fuck them, right? All right, cool, I'll do it. That's the mentality that gets us fucked off. That's the mentality that gets us screwed up when it comes to school. When they don't give a shit about public school, they don't invest in public school, college. They pimp your kid for whatever, extracurricular that they make more money off of. It's the same thing. When it comes to it, the same way I talk about how nature don't charge you a fucking thing. It's because it's a fundamental human right. That's why when you're born, your mama feeds you for free. When you grow up, your mama nurtures you and takes care of you for free. It's because it's a fundamental human right. That's why. So until we get back to this, to the fundamentals, until we get back to the fundamentals of things, it's the day we're going to snap out of this bullshit. The enjoyment of the highest attainable standard of health is one of the fundamental rights of every human being without distinction of race, religion, political belief, economic or social condition. But we say that, but like I just told you right now, man, try to go to the goddamn doctor, man. See what happens to you, man. Man, them motherfuckers gonna make up so much shit to get you out of there. Man, them motherfuckers gonna do the least shit out of there. If they don't do the least shit, they'll do the most just to get some money out your ass. But I tell you what. You're gonna walk out of there owing them. You might as well chop an arm and a leg off before you leave. That's how much you're gonna owe. That's how much you're gonna owe. The same way your mother chopped your leg off, right? For paying, for nurturing you all those years, right? The same way nature chops arms and legs off for goddamn keeping your ass alive. You know what I'm saying? The same pieces of shit who came up with all these ideas to milk and squeeze us are the same people who live free off of nature. Yet they are charging us for elements of nature. Yet these motherfuckers don't gotta pay to breathe the same air I breathe for some reason. Shit crazy, man. This shit is crazy when you think about it. The right to health also means that everyone should be entitled to control their own health and body, including having access to sexual and reproductive information and services free from violence and discrimination. Good health is also clearly determined by other basic human rights, including access to safe drinking water and sanitation, nutritious foods, adequate housing, education, safe working conditions. No one should get sick and die just because they are poor or because they cannot access the health services they need. My thing is this too. Nobody got to do, listen, you got to do shit for me. You got to do shit for me, man. Nobody got to do, there's water outside, man. I'll boil that shit and I'll drink it. I don't need to drink your fucking water. I don't need to drink their water. I don't need to drink anybody's goddamn water. Water's outside. Food is too. There's plants out there, vegetables. If I want to get my own garden cracking, I'd have to do that. But you understand what I'm saying? The shit's out there. So understand when the shit I'm talking about, nobody need to give me nothing. What I'm saying is that it's like right now I can go out there and just grab me some land and go boom. You gotta go pay for that shit too. Did they own it? Where they get it from? They stole that shit. Who they steal it from? The motherfucking Indians. Yeah, the same land that they're goddamn charging you. Yep. Stole that shit. What about Africa? Oh yeah, they took that shit too. Australia took that shit too. What about South America? Took that shit too. What about Canada? Took that shit too. What about Antarctica? As cold as it is, they took that shit too. So that's what I'm saying. So don't ask me. So don't ask me why I don't fuck with, with religion and all the bullshit. It's because all these things I just named. They just milk, man. Look at the music business. Look at the music business. Only 3 music groups that own everything. Only 3 out of all the people that do shit in music. Only 3 music groups that run everything. Only 3. Only 3 music groups. Run it all. This is off of one of my YouTube videos. Systematic Racism, the Master and Slave Mentality. Part 1, this is part 2, but it's part 1 and 2. But these are the powers that be. Universal Music Group, which is a subsidiary of French Global Telecom Entertainment. There's Sony Music Entertainment. It's an American-based company, which is connected to obviously the Japanese electronic company. And then there is lastly the Warner Music Group, an American-based company and publicly traded. And these 3 groups, they control 70% of the music market and 80 to 90% of the U.S. music market. 80 to 90 goddamn percent. 80 to 90%. They run that shit. They got a goddamn hold on it, right? And who do these people, what do they look like? I'll show you what they look like. Sir Lucian Grange. He is an English-born chairman and CEO of University. As a Jew, pimping your boy Jay-Z, pimping your boy Lil Wayne, and pimping your girl Rihanna. Them motherfuckers, they can't sit. But you see why I don't have the picture next to Lucian, whatever the fuck his name is? It's because they're not in the same level. You see why Lil Wayne is not, his picture is not next to this guy up here? Is because they're not on the same level. And as much money as Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Rihanna have, they still can't get to that level. Know that control. And they're the ones that are generating all that money. They're the ones that are creating it. And this dude has never sang or rapped a lick in his life. He's on top of them. Hence, the master-slave mentality. Y'all need to watch that one. But still just showing y'all the exploitation of something that was beautiful and free. Music was free. Nobody was charging no goddamn money for music until this goddamn Jew figured out pimping the people who generate the money the same way pimp the football players who generate the money, pimp the basketball players who generate the money. Just pimp. Pimp the spiritual story that generates Jesus' money. Pimp it. All of it. Pimp it. Pimp the drugs to generate the money. Pimp the over the, you know what I'm saying, the lower tabs and this and that. Pimp them to generate more money. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Here's another one. Who runs Sony? Robert Stringer, an English-born chairman and CEO. There's 2 English-born chairmans of 2 out of the 3 of the major fucking music groups in the world. Huh, how coincidental. His younger brother, Sir Howard Stringer, who was chairman and CEO until 2012, So literally, his brother was chairman, and then he gave it to his older brother. Jews. And this dude, who he was on top of. John Legend, incredible artist. Who the fuck is Robert Stringer? Just some fucking weirdo that we know that is a boss of them. But what does he do? Nothing. He don't sing. He don't play no piano like John. He don't do none of that shit. All he does, he pimps them. Michael Jackson. We know how talented that man was. Does Robert Stringer hold a goddamn candle to Michael Jackson? Of course not. But guess who's his boss? Robert fucking Stringer. Guess who was their boss before? Robert Stringer's little brother. Pimping the shit out of the fucking game. Music was free until these asswipes got in the way. Here's another one. Who runs Warner? Just so happens 3 out of the 3 major music groups who run 90% of the fucking music and generated by nothing but goddamn black people are owned by white people. How fucking coincidental. It's not being owned by the people that are generating the money. How fucking odd is that? How odd is that? I don't own the shit that I'm making a whole bunch of money for. How fucking odd is that? Stephen Cooper, CEO, replacing Edgar Bronfman. I guarantee that motherfucker looked like Stephen Cooper. I bet he didn't look like Wiz Khalifa. I bet Edgar Bronfman didn't look like goddamn Jason Derulo. I bet that motherfucker didn't like Puffy faggot ass. Puffy running around thinking like he's a rapper, but he is not sitting next to Stephen Cooper. Puff, you are not sitting next to Stephen Cooper. You are sitting next to Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is not a boss. He's just a rapper. He's an artist. You're supposed to be a boss. But showing you too that you are nothing but a hoe in the game of Stephen Cooper. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. It is to manage P. Diddy, Wiz Khalifa, Rihanna, Jay-Z. It is to exploit P. Diddy, Rihanna, Wiz Khalifa, Jay-Z. Their organizations, Bad Boy, Rockefeller, their activities, singing, rapping, and etc. and everything else they do, music, shoes, fucking clothes, in a way designed to make profit. I've said my piece. Y'all have a good night.